there, Grandma here. I've got another book for you today, and this is called Come to the Ocean with Me. It's two children spend a day enjoying God's creation, and that's what I'm doing outside right now. I'm out on the porch, and I am enjoying some birds, and there's actually, let me show you, there's a mama bird and some babies in here. Let's see. Yeah, trying to flip it around. Well, Grandma can't figure that out right now. But let's see if this works. There is a birdhouse here. I'm trusting you can see it. And the babies are in there. They keep sticking their beaks out. And oh boy. Okay. Anyway, I'm enjoying God's creation too, but not at the ocean. My cousin lives many, many miles from God's ocean. So when my cousin came on an airplane to visit me, I knew just what to do. We changed into our swimsuits and rubbed our noses with lotion. That would be sunscreen, because I don't want to get burned. We packed a lunch. You see the kitty cat? That's a big cat. We took big towels from the closet. Those are called beach towels. And we found as many sand toys as we could carry. Then we hurried to the beach for the whole day. I took my cousin to see the ocean that God made. Ta-da! There was more water than my cousin had ever seen, more sand than my cousin had ever seen, and maybe more sky than my cousin had ever seen. We pretended that the water and the sand and the sky saw us. They must have known that my cousin came from many miles away, and the water rushed here and there and sent its waves to wink at us. The sand rolled out a plushy, mushy carpet for our feet, while the sky came from all around the world. It reached up to the sun and whispered to the sun, and the sun smiled at us. When you're older, you'll learn that that is called personification. Because the sun can't smile, because only humans can smile like that. So you'll learn that later. I took my cousin to hear the ocean that God made. First, a lifeguard talked into a horn. Then a baby cried. Then a girl laughed. But every single minute, we could hear the ocean roaring and rumbling with crashing and splashing waves. See the lifeguard sitting up high in a chair? We shouted back at the noisy ocean. We shouted louder and louder until maybe a faraway boat heard us. The boat slowed and turned. Its sails puffed. It hurried toward us. We ran and hid behind a giant rock. We didn't make a sound. And when we came out again, the boat was gone. Why do you think they were hiding? They're maybe just playing make-believe. I took my cousin to smell the ocean that God made. On the beach, yummy hot dogs cooked on a fire. Black smoke curled up and away. Balls and straw mats and old seaweed grew warm in the sun. But those smells stayed on the beach. And the water, there was only one smell, the smell of the sea. You hear the birds? Those are the babies. The waves came. I think they smelled my cousin and me. One rolled right up to our feet. It sniffed our toes and ran back to its friends. Then it took a big breath, stood tall, and rolled right up to us again. The wave sneezed. It sprayed all over us, and it didn't use a tissue. I took my cousin to taste the ocean that God made. The water was wet and salty on our tongues, but the sand had no taste. It crunched in our teeth. Ew, yuck. We sat on towels and ate peanut butter and grape jelly sandwiches. We pulled apart chocolate cream cookies and licked away the cream. We chewed on juicy, sour pickles and drank bubbly soda from a can. I think they're having a great day at the ocean. A shiny gray and white seagull soared through the air. He swooped down to the waves to catch his lunch from the sea. Then he landed on the beach. He jerked and ran across the sand and stopped. And jerked and ran some more until he came to us. The seagull tasted our peanut butter and grape jelly sandwiches. But he shook his beak and flew back to his lunch on the sea. I took my cousin to touch the ocean that God made. Cold, foamy, wet water tickled our hands, our toes, our ankles, our knees, and dotted our ribs with goosebumps. We jumped into the waves. Like a big washing machine, the waves rolled us over and sent us back to the beach. We found shells, new and crisp with sharp, thin edges. Shells so old the sea had rubbed them smooth and small and tossed them away. Shells closed tightly with something living inside of them. The wind blew in to play with us. It touched my cousin and me. The wind gave dancing lessons to our hair. Fluff dried out our skirts, carried our kites high, high, high into the clouds. My cousin and I left the beach when the sun slipped down and turned everything orange. On other days, I had seen the ocean, had heard the ocean, had smelled the ocean, had tasted the ocean, had touched the ocean. But today was twice as nice as any of those other days, because today I shared God's ocean with my cousin. I hope you enjoyed the book, Come to the Ocean with Me.